Well, let's try and get a good start here. But that's the problem with this game right now. Stagger is insane. I hope they remove all the buffs from Dude, like the permanent buffs. I just don't think I don't think it's needed. It doesn't really matter, but some of them are a bit too good. Stack them all as well. Jesus, the slow effect on that is insane. And the main reason I did this build was because I knew Stagger was still kind of busted. I did this build about a year ago, originally, and it's changed obviously. I used to use a different rune actually. So right now I'm using Tornado mainly, but there's two runes, Plague Swirl. There's 2, which is a Plague move at base, and Tornado, which is actually physical, but does 3. So Tornado does slightly less damage per hit, but it does more hits. So, you know, it does more damage across the 3 hits, but Plague Swirl does better burst damage. So they're better in different situations. Tornado's better against adds. When you're just fighting adds, you're going around, you do more hits generally, so you just clear out things better. And while you're doing the animation, you can be staggered, or you can be pushed over, but you can't be like interrupted outside of being pushed. So Tornado lasts longer, it's better against adds. Plague Swirl is really good against bosses because of the build-up here being better, and it's shorter animation-wise as well. So when you look at the timing on this, that's a lot quicker than that. So you see the way I manage it against the boss. You know, the first phase I don't do great, second phase really well. I'm pinning him in, I'm waiting for him to stand up, I'm doing Plague Swirl twice back to back. You've got to make sure you build the Plague up first though. So you see when I first fight on the second phase, I build the Plague up with my basic attacks a tiny bit before doing the Plague attacks, because the build up won't be the same. The reason for that is because Plague has better build up when I've applied, and also with the chest piece here, you're getting 44% stagger resist bonus. When you're at full health, it's even more, right? This is going to like 65 or something, 60%. So it's a lot. But yeah, running the attack speed here, focus on kill for the adds. Pretty standard with the Plague, but we've got Poison the weapon. So this is a max health build. We're not using the low life or full focus. So max health gems in helmet, chest, pants. And then you want the guaranteed boost here, because when you're not full health, again, if you have a full health gem here, what's the point in boosting the healing at full health? No point. So guaranteed gem here to get the health up quicker. And then yeah, stagger resist here. Focus cost reduced when you stagger enemies. So obviously you're staggering really, really quickly with this. It's broken. It is broken. Stagger is still crazy. Like the Echo Knight can't do anything to you. So yeah, it's busted in that sense. When you're fighting enemies and adds, you see the way I do it there against the enemies? When there's a group of them, I jump in with this attack, spam a couple of hits maybe, but then get the tornado off as quick as possible. Because again, you can't be hit really, you can't be staggered, so you need to do that to keep max health up. So it's like a domino effect build, you want to keep the momentum going. And with all the hits you do, decent focus gain with this setup, 120%. And then attack speed. That full combo will give me 12 per hit, so that's 60 focus basically of that full combo, which is enough to do one move. So after doing this move, I can do a tornado. If I down stuff, then the cost goes down even further, the full health to like, so at the moment it's 50, it goes to like 33 or something, I think, 32. So I can spam it. That's why I'm able to spam it against the boss when he gets down. I just keep spamming because the cost is reduced massively. You want Armor Pen in 3, Plague in 2, and Infection build-up is really important. That bar needs to be full as quick as possible to apply this chest and get the stagger resist going. That's really, really important. Crit chance everywhere because you want consistency, I think, here. In your crits, 50% damage boost is not too bad, it's nothing crazy with the crit damage. But yeah, utilising the max life is nice because it allows you to use rune attacks, and then it also allows you to be somewhat tanky and not have to spec loads into health, so you can put it onto damage. The shield gives you a nice lifesteal boost, definitely run that. Poise damage as well. Don't know if that works, but I thought it was worth a try. And max stamina. Now why am I running a low life gem here? Well, what I realise is if I run a max health gem to boost these, that lifesteal is not going to get boosted. So if I'm max health, I'm not going to use the lifesteal. But if I'm not max health, the gem's not boosting the lifesteal. So there's no point running a max health gem there, like this. That's why I'm running low health. So low health, I get 15% lifesteal, more stamina, more poise. So when I'm low health, I'm getting a nice little boost to down stuff quicker. Makes sense to me. You're also using focus, so you can't use the focus one. So pretty simple, really. Like I said, I did a build a year ago on this. Yeah, and it's improved. It's got a lot more to it with the tornado. Like I said, run both these runes, you'll see the way I use them. Both are good in different situations. Like I said, against ads, tornado strike, because you're constantly spinning, the enemies can't do anything. Then on bosses, you want to do Plague Swell, because yeah, I think that'll be like I said, against bosses is the way to go with the build up. And the AoE effects as well, the area, you can cover a greater area with that as well. And you'll pretty much hit everything in the area with that one. Whereas Tornado's a bit smaller in terms of the surface area of the spin. So it is a bit more of a single target one, but it moves you forward quite a bit as well. So I would definitely use that in, well, I guess any situation, but just to push the enemies back, really. Against bosses, they're usually just static anyway, so... Yeah, I think, you know, apart from that stamina cost, you want to get that as well, just to make the cost of attacks lower with the ring. I didn't get great negatives here, because I spent 50 embers on these. I couldn't get what I wanted, so... I've got stagger resist here. I would get parry disabled here. Then here, maybe max stamina reduced, because you don't really have stamina issues. I don't think you have stamina issues anyway with this build, because of this ring, and it's 14 cost and you get 2 hits free there, so with the combo. And yeah, speed is always good. Speed on the ring, speed on the glove, speed on the weapon, because that way you can just keep spamming and get that poise break going, right? The more hits you do, the more poise break is building up, so that's why it's attack speed. Might not always be the best, but I think it just works pretty nice here. Gives it that nice tornado effect, so you can just keep spamming it back to back. You see on the boss, like, I'm just literally spamming it away. Back to back tornadoes, it's really good. But I did actually, when he's down, sometimes I do this to build it up again. You kind of need to use your focus moves when he's stood up and not staggered. But when he's stood up, you know. Look how quick that is. Crazy. So yeah, pretty good. I think that explains all the gear really. Pretty simple. Apply plague. Build up the poise break with the infected stagger resist. Once he's plagued, get him down on the floor. Use your basic attacks to build your focus up again. Rinse, repeat. But really switch on against the Echo Knight. Once he stands up, you need to be instantly ready to do 2 plague swells. And make sure that, obviously he'll be full on plague, but make sure you're just ready to do 2 plague swells straight away. You need to do 2. And time it well, otherwise he'll get an attack off. The stats, 18 health, 15 stamina, 242 health. I have a bit of boosted health because of one of the food things I use, but that's enough because you don't want to be too high on health because it's a max health build, right? But you're still pretty tanky with the stats here. And you've got decent health, nothing crazy. But it's easier to fill it up, which is good for the gems, obviously. 15 stamina again. I've got 100 stamina because of the rings. So, in fact, why have I got 100 stamina? Sorry, the shield. Yeah. The shield's giving me more stamina, and the bed buff, obviously. So we're good there with them too. And then, yeah, focus get to 300. You don't have to do as many as me, because I've got this, I put a bit more into it, because I've got this negative here. But this is good, because it made me realise, like, the way you want to play this is do not get hit. You want to be full health, and as much focus as possible. So this actually kind of in some ways made me play better because I was consciously aware of using my ability as well to not get hit. So I'm not saying put it there, but it's an option. It doesn't really matter with this. You could put that there. But I'd get parry disabled here. Even with this 20% cost, I didn't really have issues with stamina. Here, you want damage taken on focus use. You only take like 4 damage. Healing here is the second best option. Again, I spent many embers, I couldn't get what I wanted here. And then, yeah, get into heavy range. You don't need to be medium. Your enemies won't be able to do anything. You'll have a great time. So, happy with those stats there for sure. Let me just check. Yeah, that's about everything, I think. Really good. Stagger needs nerfing, straight up. I think a fix to it would be, once you stagger something, pretty simple, give them a 15-second, 20-second cooldown. Maybe longer on bosses, I don't know. But being able to stagger back-to-back. Same with Freeze, being able to do that back-to-back. Freeze does have a cooldown, I think, but I don't think it's long enough on bosses. But it's going to make bosses just very, very trivial and simple if we don't have cooldowns. So, not on the abilities or anything, just you know, we can't do it again for a bit of time. That's what a lot of games apply, and I think that makes sense. But yeah, happy with that one. Very strong. If you want to just ignore all the mechanics of the game, one of those again that you could run. And it's very fun though. I like spinning around and just spinning on the enemies. It's good. It's very strong. There's other ways you could build it potentially, but yeah, I wouldn't stray too far from the planner with this. And you will have the enemies bending to your will when you want, basically. That's simple with this one. Yeah, more builds are going to be coming on the channel. And maybe some guides as well, just tips for newer players. How to get more resources, how to get the most out of your build, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, stay tuned for those, and I will see you in the next video.